Please welcome to the podium Director Ezra Edelman.
The irony of that clip, I think, is followed a little bit by the irony of standing here accepting an award at Columbia Journalism School when I think the only reason why this film was made in many ways was this period in time during this trial, which frankly probably wasn't journalism's best hour. And I think that that was a time when an appetite and a hunger was not met by the sustenance on the part of many beyond news organizations, but people who use that moment in time for financial gain and other things. To be here in this room, I mean, it is beyond humbling with these courageous journalists, lions of journalism in this profession. For us, Tamara Rosenberg, a graduate of the J School, Nina Christic, Caroline Waterlow, we just sort of set out to figure out a way to tell a good story and tell a story about something that, frankly, I think everyone in this room already thought they knew. I think the only way that we could have done this, while we all consider ourselves documentary filmmakers, that's what we are, and storytellers first and foremost, I think there was no other way to approach this except by being a journalist, by being an intrepid journalist. You know, what Tamara and Caroline did by tracking down legions of people across America with the help of our incredible production assistant, Brian Becker, was like any technique that any investigative journalist would use and would have been impossible to do without the time provided by and the resources by ESPN. What Nina Christic did, tracking down every piece of footage in what ultimately is almost an 8-hour film, is, you know, borderline impossible, but she did it. So to stand here today, having sort of figured out a way to tell a story like this over this amount of time is humbling. I do have to thank ESPN because I think that you can't do something like this without both the resources and the independence and freedom. And what Connor Schell, whose idea it was to make this film in the first place, and so it's a little weird also to stand up to accept an award for something that you did that wasn't even your idea. Libby Geist and Deirdre Fenton, again, the resources, the freedom, the support to do this for something that started off as a really short film, was supposed to be 5 hours. And they allowed us to, through the course of working on it, to have it expand to, you know, fill out the form that I feel like it needed to be to tell the story properly. For that, I'm eternally grateful. And finally, I wanted to thank Columbia. This is an incredible honor. Thank you.